Singles are the easiest way to break. They're the most effective way to get your music out to people. It's easier to market. These are all things that we've said, but the industry says to artists 24/7 because it's true. However, you can't release singles forever. And I'm going to explain exactly why and how releasing singles is potentially harming your growth. There are 4 main reasons that you can't release singles for the rest of your life. And although releasing singles is 100% the best way to grow as an artist, and I highly suggest that you only release singles for quite a large part of your career, when you've got to a point where you do have a bit of an audience and the industry have started to look at you a bit, you need to stop. The first reason, the industry is looking for full projects. For example, Spotify. And I think that will shock many of you because we've said it before and Spotify has said it before. You can only promote 1 single through them. You do the Spotify for Artists pitch and you have to choose 1 track. So if you were to release an album, only 1 song would be available. So all the others don't get pitched to them. So how are they going to get on an editorial? For you as an artist, it's very clear that singles are the best way to get heard by Spotify. But having spoken to Mike Lopez, who was a Spotify editor, and done a few Spotify playback meetings, it's clear they want to see full projects. Mike did a session with our members, and if you want to join the membership, I'll leave it in the description. And he basically looked at their Spotify profile, listened to a few of their tracks, and gave them advice on how to grow on the platform. And a few of them, he said, where's the album? Where's the full project? You've grown a significant amount. You've got some decent fans. We want to see a full project. We want to see that you are pushing out a full project to your fans because they're clearly eagerly awaiting it. So Spotify see that as part of your journey. They appreciate the singles are the best way to grow, and they appreciate that to pitch to them, you need singles, but they want to see that you have a full project available because that shows that you can really get fans invested if they're listening to a full project. And of course, you can still use the waterfall strategy. And for those who don't know what that is, you're releasing singles 1 by 1 in the lead up to the album. So say you've got a 10-track album, 5, 6, 7 of those tracks are released as singles and then it's all collected as an album at the end. And I'd highly suggest doing that as your release strategy because it's the easiest way to still put out a full project but still take advantage of the single release strategy. The second reason that you should be releasing full projects eventually is that's how labels are wanting to get involved. So having worked with every single one of the major labels, we see that they want to have a full project to get behind because that's how they're going to really test how an artist is going to progress. Yes, you can release some singles and yes, you might get a viral hit, but they're not going to know if you're going to become a legacy artist if you're not releasing a full project. When we spoke to Taylor Davies, who is a top lawyer at Sheridan's, which is the leading law firm here in the UK for musicians, he said that labels are still signing those one-hit wonders from TikTok, they're still signing those viral hits, but now they're signing artists from the very beginning who haven't even released a track yet because they're so invested in finding these legacy artists. They want to find the new Ed Sheeran. They want to find the new Taylor Swift, which means getting on board with these artists from day one, releasing a few singles and then releasing a full project to see how it goes. So as an artist, you really need to think about whether you have the material ready. So if a label approaches you, you know you're ready to go with a full project and you can prove to them that people actually care. It's kind of like, imagine I made the best chocolate cake in the world, like a fudge chocolate cake, the best thing. And I gave you a spoonful once every couple months, just kept giving you a spoonful. Yes, you would get hooked and you'd be waiting for that next spoonful, but eventually you want a full slice. Eventually you might want to eat the whole cake. And it's the same thing for artists. You're giving them a teaser of what you have. And yes, that's incredible for growing an audience, but for those existing fans, they want the full cake. They want to hear your full album. They want the whole project because those super fans, the ones that are going to help you break, the ones that are going to be with you from day one to the very end, are the ones that want that full project and will stream it on repeat and send it to all their friends. The album is the thing where word of mouth really comes into play. Dua Lipa's album that dropped during COVID, that full project, there was so much noise about it. Whenever Taylor Swift releases an album, there's so much noise about it. Singles, yes, but when there's an album, it's a bigger deal. The fans are begging for more. So when they get that, it gives them the opportunity to really get their heads down, listen to the full thing, try and work out the meanings behind the track, share it with their friends. There's a full buzz around it, which leads me into the last point, which is super important as well. Marketing can be on a bigger scale when it's an album. So singles, you're thinking about content surrounding that single. You're thinking about how to get people to listen to that one thing. So it's very heavily focused on that song. It puts a lot of pressure on that song. An album, that's where you're pulling people into you as an an artist, your overall message. Because quite often with an album, you'll find that there is an overall message. You most likely wrote all those songs during a certain part of your life, so it'll have a similar theme. You can tell an ongoing story with an album, so from a marketing perspective, you can make a bigger deal of it. Yes, it can be harder to promote because you've got to get people and then persuade them to listen to an hour or so of music. But there's more to promote. There's tons of music. Potentially there's more visuals, there's music videos. All of these things give your marketers or you as an artist more to market. So although I still stand by it, singles are the best way to grow and you should 100% be releasing singles, you need to drop a full project eventually. It's important, not just for the industry, not just for you as an artist because you get to put out a full project and that's your art and it's all in one place, but for your fans. Those are the most important people. And it doesn't matter if there's just 100 of them listening. You're giving back to that 100. And those are the people that are going to get you from here to here. Those are the people that have been with you from day one and deserve it. So think about where you're at in your career, whether a full project is needed right now. And hopefully this video answered that question. If you want to become a member and have access to incredible people like Taylor Davies from Sheridan's, the top entertainment law firm, Mike Lopez, a Spotify editor, make sure to click the link in the description. For the price, you are getting so much, it's ridiculous. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.